And how long is the process for naturalization?
Okay.
Yes, that when you apply for the naturalization is the N400. Once you put your application in, it takes about a year, and then you'll have your interview appointment, and then maybe 3 or 4 months later on, if everything goes well and you pass the interview, then you have the swearing-in ceremony. But typically, it takes approximately a year.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that call.
But Albert, what does your status have to be to begin that process? Because if you're here illegally, you can't begin that process, can you?
That's correct. You've got to be a green card holder. You have to have a green card, and some depending on what classification you obtain the green card. For instance, if you're married to a U.S. citizen and you obtain your green card through marriage, you can apply for naturalization after 3 years. Now, if you obtain your green card through the H-1B, a work visa, or some other manner, you might have to wait 5 years. So it depends on the underlying classification as to how you obtained your green card, and that'll determine when you're eligible to apply for naturalization.
But now, if I am here illegally, can I get a green card?
Well, if you're here illegally, if the person is here illegally, the only way they can get a green card is if they're petitioned by a spouse, or there's some other way that they can adjust status. But typically, the answer is no.
So that green card is very, very difficult to get.
Yes, that is a first step to the pathway to citizenship, is obtaining a green card.
Wow.
And what is the biggest obstacle for folks getting that green card? I know you mentioned it. Is it just financially too? Complicated, lengthy?
There's a lot of obstacles, but the main obstacle is that they have unlawful presence. They came in through the border illegally. It's very hard to get a green card that way. Also, if there's a visa overstay, they have inadmissibility issues, so it's very hard to get a green card for that. Now, in the immigration system, there's a lot of waivers that can be applied. So if, as an example, if a person has a criminal conviction issue, and they're otherwise eligible for a green card, they might be able to get a waiver for the criminal conviction. As the same example would apply if the person comes in through the border illegally, and they might be able to qualify for a waiver for the unlawful entry into the U.S. But a lot of the immigration waivers are discretionary, and they've got to be. You've got to sometimes show hardship to a U.S. citizen, and as well as other factors.
You know, Albert, for our practice, if people are here illegally and they're injured in an accident, we can still help them. But I've got a question to you. If you are here illegally, can you obtain government benefits while you're here? Do you get a Social Security card? Can you get welfare? Can you get any of those benefits?
Yeah, the answer is no. If you're in the U.S. Illegally, you do not qualify for federal benefits. There's a misconception that people think that they can, but no. The answer is no. You cannot qualify. Now, if the person is here illegally and they have a U.S. citizen child, that child, being a U.S. citizen like any other U.S. citizen, may qualify for assistance.